This is not a teaching you find in books. It is not a secret passed down in whispers amongst an elite few. It is far more fundamental, far more potent, and for that very reason, it is almost entirely overlooked. What I am about to share with you, what I feel compelled to share in this moment, is a set of principles so elemental to human existence, so deeply ingrained in our very nature, that to consciously articulate them almost feels unnecessary. Yet we live in a time where the unnecessary has become the urgent, a time where the simplest truths are the most profoundly hidden. I shouldn't be teaching you this, but here we are. You are about to uncover the root cause of your modern anxieties, the silent killer of your potential, and the forgotten path to an unshakable inner core. Stay with me until the very end, because if you miss the final insight, you will remain trapped in the cycle of reactive living, chasing shadows, never truly finding the stillness and power that is your birthright. This is not for the faint of heart, but for those ready to reclaim what was always theirs. Inner stillness. Look around you, or rather, feel around you. The world vibrates with an unceasing hum, a cacophony of demands, notifications, and expectations. We are constantly pulled, constantly prodded, our attention fragmented into 1,000 tiny pieces, each one scattering like dust in the wind. We are taught that success lies in outward accumulation, in constant motion, in the relentless pursuit of more. But what if this incessant external activity is precisely what is eroding your internal foundation? What if the greatest strength, the most profound peace, lies not in what you acquire, but in what you release? The modern human often mistakes busy for productive, distracted, for engaged, and overwhelmed for important. You move from one task to the next, one screen to another, your mind a relentless ticker tape of anxieties and anticipations. This is not living, this is reacting. This is being a leaf tossed on a stormy sea, utterly at the mercy of the currents. But you, my friend, are not a leaf. You are the sea itself, and within you lies an ocean of profound stillness, waiting to be rediscovered. Many believe stillness is the absence of noise. They seek quiet rooms, distant mountains, or isolated retreats. These external conditions can be helpful, yes, but they are not the source of true stillness. True stillness is an internal state, a profound quietude that can exist amidst the greatest external clamor. It is the eye of the storm, the unshakable core within you that remains untouched by the swirling chaos of life. Consider the warrior. In the heat of battle, with swords clashing and arrows flying, the master warrior does not panic. His movements are fluid, his mind clear, his focus absolute. This is not because the external situation is calm, but because his internal state is. He has cultivated a stillness that allows him to perceive, to react, to be without being consumed by the moment. This is what you are capable of. Your first step, your first habit, is to cultivate what I call the stillness pause. This is not meditation in the traditional sense, though it shares principles. It is a deliberate, conscious deceleration of your internal world, precisely when the external world is screaming for your attention. When the phone rings, when an email pings, when a new thought arises that demands immediate action, pause. Before you react, before you respond, before you even formulate your next thought, create a small, sacred space of silence within yourself. Take one full, deep breath, not just any breath, but a breath that begins deep in your belly, rises through your chest, and then slowly, deliberately, fully exhales. As you breathe, become aware of your body. Feel your feet on the ground, your seat on the chair. Acknowledge the tension, but do not cling to it. Just notice. This pause, this simple, conscious breath, does something profound to your physiology. It signals to your nervous system, particularly the parasympathetic branch, that you are not in immediate danger. It shifts you from a state of fight or flight to one of rest and digest, of calm and clarity. Do this habitually. Before you answer that text, before you send that email, before you engage in that conversation, before you take that first bite of food. Integrate this stillness pause into the fabric of your day. It is not about escaping reality. It is about engaging with it more fully, more intentionally, from a place of grounded awareness rather than frantic reaction. The greatest insights, the most effective responses do not emerge from a chaotic mind, but from one that has found its center. This is where your power begins to reside. True strength. What does it truly mean to be strong? In the modern world, strength is often equated with aggression, with dominance, with a forceful imposition of one's will upon others or upon circumstances. We admire the loudest voice, the most unyielding stance, the one who can push through obstacles with sheer brute force. But this is a superficial understanding of strength, a kind of externalized power that is ultimately fragile and unsustainable. True strength is not about crushing your opponent, it is about mastering yourself. Think of the old oak tree. It stands tall, yes, but it does not fight the wind. It bends, it sways. Its roots grip the earth with an invisible tenacity, not through rigid resistance, but through deep connection and resilience. When the storm passes, the oak remains, perhaps scarred, but stronger for having weathered the gale. This is true strength, adaptability, an unwavering core that can yield without breaking, and an internal resource that allows you to absorb impact and remain whole. Many chase external validations of strength, impressive titles, bulging muscles, accumulating wealth, or the approval of the crowd. These are fleeting. They can be taken away. They are external constructs, and true strength cannot be externalized. It must be cultivated from within, like a quiet fire that burns brightly, regardless of the winds outside. Your second habit, then, is to cultivate the grounded posture. This is not merely about standing or sitting correctly, it is about embodying an internal state through your physical form. Your body is the vessel for your mind and spirit. How you hold your body directly influences how you hold your thoughts, how you process emotions, and how you project yourself into the world. Stand or sit with purpose. Feel your feet flat on the ground or your sit bones firmly connected to the chair. Imagine an invisible thread gently pulling the crown of your head upwards, elongating your spine. Relax your shoulders, letting them fall naturally away from your ears. Open your chest slightly, allowing your breath to flow freely. Your chin should be slightly tucked, your gaze steady and level, not staring, but observing. This posture is not rigid, it is relaxed yet alert. It is a posture of readiness, of presence. When you adopt this grounded posture, something shifts within you. Your nervous system responds to this physical alignment. It sends signals to your brain that you are secure, that you are confident, that you are in control of your own space. Physiologically, it can reduce cortisol levels, increase testosterone in both men and women, and improve your ability to cope with stress. Practice this throughout your day. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel uncertain, when you feel yourself slouching or collapsing, consciously return to this grounded posture. It is a physical anchor for your mental state. It doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt, but it gives you a stable platform from which to observe those feelings, rather than being consumed by them. You are cultivating an internal pillar of strength that cannot be toppled by external circumstances. It is a silent declaration to yourself and to the world that you are here, you are present, and you are capable. Focused presence. We live in an age of infinite distraction. Every device, every platform, every app is meticulously designed to capture and hold your attention, to fragment it into ever smaller pieces. You are constantly bombarded with information, with entertainment, with notifications, all demanding a slice of your cognitive bandwidth. The result? A mind that struggles to focus, a spirit that feels scattered, and a life that often passes by in a blur of unremembered moments. This relentless external pulling creates an internal chaos. You are rarely truly here. Your mind is either replaying past events, often with regret, or projecting into the future, often with anxiety. The present moment, the only moment you ever truly possess, is squandered, ignored, or merely tolerated as a bridge to some perceived better future. But that future never arrives as anticipated, because you are never fully present to build it. The illusion is that multitasking is efficient. It is not. It is merely rapid context switching, a taxing process that depletes your mental energy, reduces your accuracy, and leaves you feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Your brain is not designed to juggle multiple complex tasks simultaneously. It is designed to focus deeply and powerfully on one thing at a time. This singular focus, this absolute presence, is the hallmark of mastery in any domain. Think of the craftsman. His hands move with precision. His eyes are fixed on the work. His mind completely absorbed in the texture of the wood, the curve of the blade. The world around him fades. There is only the work and himself in complete unity. This is not just about producing a good product. It is about the profound satisfaction, the flow state that comes from giving your full, undivided attention to the task at hand. Your third habit is intentional attention blocks. This is about reclaiming your attention, consciously and deliberately. For specific periods of your day, you will commit to absolute, singular focus on one task, one activity, one interaction. This means silencing notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, putting your phone in another room, and making a conscious choice to dedicate your entire mental and emotional energy to what is in front of you. Start small. Choose a task that typically takes 20-30 minutes. Before you begin, set the intention, for the next 25 minutes I will do nothing else but this task, and then commit. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. Acknowledge the thought, but do not follow it. Return to your breath and then return to the task. This is not about achieving perfect focus immediately, but about building the muscle of attention, one repetition at a time. Apply this not just to work, but to life. When you are eating, truly taste your food. When you are speaking with someone, truly listen without formulating your response. When you are walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. Observe the world around you without judgment. These are not distractions from life, they are life. By bringing your full presence to these moments, you elevate them from mundane occurrences to profound experiences. You are not just building a skill, you are rebuilding the neural pathways in your brain that have been eroded by constant distraction. You are training yourself to be master of your own attention and therefore master of your own experience. Embrace discomfort. The human tendency is to seek comfort, to avoid pain, to gravitate towards ease. Modern society, with its endless array of conveniences and instant gratifications, has amplified this tendency to an extreme. We are conditioned to believe that discomfort is a signal of something wrong, something to be immediately alleviated or escaped. But what if discomfort is not an enemy, but a teacher? What if the avoidance of discomfort is precisely what is weakening you, both physically and mentally? True growth, true transformation does not occur in states of perpetual ease. It occurs at the edges, in the friction, in the places where you are challenged to adapt, to push beyond your perceived limits. Think of the calluses on a hand that has worked hard, or the strengthened muscle that has been pushed past fatigue. These are signs of adaptation, of resilience built through friction. Without that friction, there is no growth, only stagnation. Many pursue a life of constant pleasure, believing it will lead to happiness. But pleasure is fleeting. It is an external sensation that demands constant renewal. When the pleasure fades, the void often remains, sometimes deeper than before. True fulfillment, true strength comes from confronting difficulty, from embracing the struggle, and from discovering the vast reserves of resilience within yourself that you never knew existed. Your fourth habit is deliberate friction. This is the conscious and intentional engagement with discomfort, not for its own sake, but as a crucible for your character. It means voluntarily placing yourself in situations that challenge your comfort zone, both physically and mentally, and then choosing to remain present and engaged rather than retreating. One powerful example is cold exposure. A cold shower, a dip in cold water, these are not pleasant experiences at first. Your body rebels, your mind screams for warmth and escape. But if you can breathe through it, if you can consciously relax into the discomfort, something remarkable happens. Your nervous system adapts. Your body learns to regulate. Your mind learns that discomfort is not always danger and that you possess the inner fortitude to withstand it. This trains your stress response, making you more resilient in all areas of life. But deliberate friction extends beyond the physical. It means choosing the challenging conversation instead of avoiding it. It means sitting with an uncomfortable emotion instead of distracting yourself from it. It means pushing through the mental resistance to learn a new skill, to complete a difficult task, to rise early when your bed is warm and inviting. It means consciously choosing the path of effort, even when an easier alternative exists. This is not about self-punishment, it is about self-cultivation. It is about actively seeking out opportunities to expand your capacity, to strengthen your resolve, to prove to yourself through direct experience that you are far more capable than you imagine. Each time you willingly step into discomfort and remain present, you forge a deeper connection to your inner strength. You build a foundation of resilience that will serve you when life inevitably throws genuine challenges your way. This is how you transform from a fragile vessel into an unyielding force, not by avoiding the storm, but by learning to dance within it. Unseen discipline. When you hear the word discipline, what comes to mind? For many, it conjures images of rigidity, of forced compliance, of a harsh taskmaster. We associate it with drudgery, with the suppression of desires, with a lack of freedom. But this is a profound misunderstanding of true discipline. This is a limited, externalized view. True discipline is not about punishing yourself, it is about devotion. It is a sacred act of aligning your daily actions with your deepest values and your highest aspirations. It is a commitment not to external rules, but to your own potential. It is the silent, unseen foundation upon which all lasting achievement and profound transformation are built. The world often praises grand gestures, monumental efforts, and sudden dramatic shifts, but these are often fleeting. The real power, the enduring power, lies in the consistent, invisible acts of self-mastery that no one else sees. It is the practice in the quiet of the morning, the careful preparation, the unwavering focus when no one is watching. These are the bricks laid, one by one, that build the cathedral of your life. Many seek motivation, believing it is the key to consistency, but motivation is like a fleeting guest. It comes and goes. Discipline, however, is the host. It remains steadfast and unwavering even when motivation wanes. It is the unwavering commitment to do what needs to be done, not because you feel like it, but because you have made a deeper promise to yourself. Your fifth habit is micro rituals of intent. This is about weaving small, deliberate acts of discipline into the fabric of your everyday life. These are not overwhelming tasks. They are short, focused actions, performed consistently with a clear intention. The power lies not in their individual magnitude, but in their cumulative effect, and in the message they send to your subconscious mind about who you are and what you are committed to. For example, your first micro-ritual might be how you begin your day. Instead of immediately grabbing your phone or hitting snooze, perhaps it is 5 minutes of silent breathing, a few stretches, or a moment of grateful reflection. It is not about what you do, but how you do it, with intentionality, with presence, with a sense of purpose. This small act immediately sets a tone for the entire day, signaling to your mind that you are in control, not external demands. Another micro-ritual might be mindful eating. Before each meal, take a moment to observe the food, to appreciate its source, and to set an intention to eat slowly, to savor each bite, and to nourish your body with awareness. This transforms a mundane act into a practice of self-care and presence. Or consider an evening ritual. 5 minutes of journaling, reflecting on your day, noting what went well, what could be improved, and what you are grateful for. This simple act closes the day with intentionality, processing experiences, and preparing your mind for rest, rather than allowing anxieties to swirl. These micro-rituals are not rigid rules, they are fluid guides. They are anchors in your day, moments where you consciously choose to align with your higher self. They build self-trust, create internal structure, and reinforce an identity of someone who is disciplined, intentional, and capable of consistent effort. Each completed ritual, no matter how small, adds another thread to the strong, resilient tapestry of your character. It is the unseen discipline that shapes the visible destiny. The river carves the canyon not by force, but by persistence. These small, consistent acts are your persistence, shaping the landscape of your very being. Deep purpose. We have spoken of stillness, of strength, of presence, of embracing friction, and of the unseen discipline. These are not merely individual techniques, they are facets of a single profound path, a path towards a life lived with deep purpose. In the modern world, purpose is often treated as a grand, elusive quest, something you must find out there, or something that must strike you like lightning. This too is a misconception. Purpose is not found, it is cultivated. It is not an external destination, it is an internal compass, guiding your actions, your choices, your very way of being. It is the alignment between what you truly value, what you truly believe, and how you choose to show up in the world every single day. Without this deep purpose, these habits, these practices, risk becoming just another set of rules, another burden. With it, they become expressions of your most authentic self, channels for your deepest energy. The greatest anxiety of our time is not just the fear of failure, but the fear of meaninglessness. The gnawing feeling that despite all the activity, all the acquisition, there is an emptiness, a profound lack of direction. This is because we have often outsourced our sense of purpose to external metrics, what others expect, what society values, what trends dictate. But true purpose cannot be given to you. It must emerge from within. Your ultimate takeaway, the insight I shouldn't be teaching you, but here we are, is this. The path to purpose is not about finding an answer, but about asking the right questions, and then, more importantly, living the answers through your daily choices. What truly matters to you? What kind of person do you aspire to be, not just what do you aspire to have? What unique contribution, however small, do you wish to make to the world around you? And then, how do your daily habits, your moments of stillness, your acts of strength, your focused presence, your embrace of discomfort, and your unseen discipline align with that vision? When you integrate these habits, you are not just performing actions. You are embodying a philosophy. You are creating a life that is congruent, that is intentional, that is deeply rooted in your own truth. The stillness pause allows you to listen to your inner compass. The grounded posture gives you the strength to stand firm in your values. Intentional attention blocks ensure you direct your energy towards what truly matters. Deliberate friction expands your capacity to pursue your purpose despite obstacles, and micro-rituals of intent consistently reinforce your commitment to that purpose day after day.